Hello everyone and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial, and today I have this awesome little sea shanty styled fishing shack. This is something I was playing around with and it turned out great, so I thought I'd make a tutorial for it for you guys to follow along. These are the materials that you'll need to create this little hut for yourself, and if you liked the video, go down, leave a like, consider subscribing if you're new, and with that, let's get started. Alright, so in order to get started, we do need our foundations for where our stilts are actually going to go. I've laid out these concrete blocks, and just to show you, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 across. There is 2, 3, 4 and 5 across there. And then going out this way, there's actually 6, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the 6th one right there. So basically what we want to do is come under of these blocks and come all the way to the bottom of the water. I've picked somewhere that is a little bit more shallow than the rest, as I don't want the stilts to be too long. But if you come from the underneath of these blocks, it's probably easier. And I'm going to use a mixture of dark oak fences and spruce fences, using the dark oak as we get further down into the water, as that looks like it is a little bit more damp and worn out wood as we go down. So yeah, I'm going to do that and I'll show you how it looks. Okay, we have something that looks like this now, and once your stilts are in place, we want to bring these up by 3 above the water. So that's 1, 2 and 3, just like that, and that's the same for every single one of these. Okay, now that you have that outside of the water, on this right hand side here, now this is going to be the front looking out this way, and we want to extend out the front sections and the back sections, as the platform is actually going to be 7 wide. So that covers that, just like so. Then take some spruce fence gates and connect up each one of these sections going all the way around, so that we have an entire base covered on the exterior of these stilt sections. Now you should have something that looks like this, for this is our main building area and our little pier section coming off of the side. So now we want to take a mixture of spruce planks and stripped spruce wood and cover the entire floor hanging over these blocks like this, and yet we can come in and do a little bit more texture like this after the fact, but we want to cover all the floor on top of these fence gates and fences for both of the sections. Floor now in place, take a spruce trapdoor and go around the entire exterior of just this right hand side section here for the main build. So we want a spruce trapdoor going all the way along like this, and on each of the sides like that. Leave this one as it is, but now we want to come to the front, and easiest way I find to do this is if you flip those up and then come up another 4, so that's 1, 2, 3 and 4. Do it again, 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then you can do this, and that is our first little section there. Do the same again on this side, 1, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4, like that. Okay, and round to the back now, and we only want to go up 3 on this side, so 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, and yet you may have guessed we do the exact same on this corner, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. And that is the 4 corners of our little house, and time to move on to the walls. So you'll notice I have placed in a lot of dirt blocks, and these are to mark out windows and doorways, so these are temporary blocks, but it lets us place the trapdoors a little bit more easily. So first off though, take a stripped spruce wood and place it in the 4 corners of these sections like this, and that will act as the little balcony areas outside of here. Now if you want to come to the front and take a spruce trapdoor, you need to hold on shift obviously and click on to make some trapdoors there, and then again on the top, and you can punch those out, and that is going to be our main front window. Coming round to the side now, and again place trapdoors on top of the ones that are already there, going all the way along like this. For these ones you can bring it up, doing the same technique we've done before. Place a couple on top of this window, and actually one more on top of there like that, leaving this little gap, and you can bring that one up as well, punching out those dirt blocks, and that is our other 2 windows on this side. The back section is pretty easy, we just need to extend that like so, and then fill in the bottom, and then we have our little back window, And now the main entrance is going to be here. So a couple of trapdoors here and here. I actually want to bring those all the way up to meet with this guy here and above the doorway as well. Break those out. This one here will go one less than the doorway section, and I did not mean to break that, but that's fine actually, because that's going to be something else for the roof. So that is our main structure there now for our little sea shanty shack, fishing shack here. And it's time now to start putting in some more of the details and get working on the roof. For the roof section, take acacia slabs and come to this back corner here and place one down and another one hanging over. You can break that off just now just so we can get the shape. So this is going to come in by 2 like this, and it's going to go up like that, then another 2 there, bring that up again, and that one's actually going to be 3 long. So we have 2, and it goes up, another 2, up, another 2, up, and then along by 3, and that's going to be our main roof shape. Then obviously we can extend each one of these all the way along to the other side till it hangs over by 1, like we did on this side. Now to shape this a little bit more, once you have the full roof in place, come to the front section here and actually bring this down in the corners here and here. Then we need to try and break that away, but it's going to destroy that, so we need to place in some temporary blocks to get that corner piece to look like that. Then we want to bring this up here and break that away, so we have 3 in the middle and 1 going down. And again, you're going to need to do the same thing on this corner, not the other, there. Cool, and then we have a more rounded shape to this roof, and we can actually come in with trapdoors and fill in these middle 3 blocks like that. Now you need to come in underneath and fill in a little bit more of the slabs like so, here and here, filling in those gaps, and you have to do the same back here and on the other side as well. Doing something similar on the back, we need to bring the middle up just a little bit like this on the middle 3 blocks, and it gives another bit of roundedness to the roof. And then on the very top you can bring the blocks along like so, and this is just a little bit more of experimenting what works in terms of shape and things, as we do want it to look a little bit more interesting than a flat roof. So doing something like that, then coming in with acacia trapdoors as well, gives another bit more detail and things to the roof like so. Once you have the roof in place, it's time to move on to some more of the details down below. So coming to our deck area, and we want to actually place in some temporary blocks of dirt on each one of these open sections like this, and that will let us place the trapdoors a little bit better, because we want to have the acacia trapdoors with a little metal bit at the bottom, so we can place it on the top of these blocks just like this. Okay, then moving on to the inside, first of all place oak trapdoors here and here, and place one there and one there as little shutters for these. Place one upside down there and going along this one too. For this one we're going to do something a little bit different, placing oak trapdoors on the sides, and that looks like the shutters open out sideways. And for this last window, doing something different again. This one we're going to place them from the outside and we can close them, and that's a little closed window here on this side. Now it's time to start detailing out the little areas here on the interior and on the deck. So place some spruce fences on here and then some barrels. For this, actually break away 2 of these fences, trapdoors that you placed earlier, and this allows us to place a few more barrels in this section here with some campfires around, and you can reorientate them depending on where you're facing and put them out with a shovel. Once they're out, you can actually add in some fish by right clicking with some raw fish in your inventory, something like this, and that gives a nice little look that we have just been caught some fish and they're out here to dry maybe. And then come to the other side and we can actually add our trapdoors back in on the outside of the block like that, but it makes it look very similar and you can't see it from the front anyway, so it works out well I think. Now on this side, break away this block and place a grindstone with a iron bar on top, and this is going to hold our net that we build in just a moment. Come in the inside of the house here and place it right there, that way we can leave it open, it makes a nice little effect. Place a chain from this back corner with a lantern on the end, a lantern on top of one of the barrels here, and you can add a little flower pot in. Maybe do 2 chains this time with a flower pot and a sapling or some kind of flower in there. And now add some dark oak buttons to the ends of these areas. And I think it's time to move on to our net here. So I'm going to use cobwebs and I'm going to place one there and bring it down a little bit like this until it gets to the water. Then I'm going to spread it out a little bit so it looks like it is just kind of in the water there. Maybe bring up one of the sides a little bit more, something like that. You can play around with it to try and get the shape right, but it just looks like a large fishing net that's maybe hanging in the water from trying to catch fish earlier on. Okay, so I have added an extra bit of detail here, and it's little fishing lines using leads attached to these fences, and these go down to attach onto chickens. Now I had to create a way obviously so the chickens wouldn't drown, so I am using a door back there and then surrounded it by trapdoors, but I think it does look like some kind of crab cage or something you would lure fish and crabs and things into, so it works out quite well. You can see the chickens, and yeah, this would be difficult to do in survival, but you could get away with throwing eggs in until you get lucky, so definitely possible I think, and it adds a lot of extra detail to this build. Now though, let's move on to probably my favourite part of the build, and extra detail on this side. So take some chains and bring those down until you get to this last block here. Place in a temporary block, then a purple wool, break that away, and place a shulker box like that. Now place some buttons either side. You will have to break away this trapdoor and place some blackstone buttons either side here and here. Place levels aiming down on all of the 4 sides like that, and then purple glass panes on the bottom of these levels if you can manage to actually place them like this. And there we have it, as a octopus, squid, something like that hanging down, but I think it really just adds a little bit of colour and something else extra to this build. So now let's go and work on the interior, and we are almost done. Okay, we are inside of the base now and the build, and as you come in I want to put a little fireplace in this corner, so I'm going to place a campfire, place a couple of stairs using cobblestone and andesite, maybe a slab on top of those, then place a wall right there, a wall right there, break away that, and we do need to head on up to the roof, and we need to extend this, and it's going to be a chimney, kind of all over the place type chimney, going up something like that with a flower pot on top. I think that's a nice little touch right there. I think I'm going to place a smoker there as our cooking station, and actually just connect it up to the chimney, and it's a little extraction system, cauldron with some water. Then we can actually split these rooms off a little bit by extending some more trapdoors on the inside as well, and these can go like that. I probably need to put them up one more. Yeah, something like that, and then we do need to create some kind of doorway like that. Cool, and this will be a living area and probably a bedroom I think back here. Okay, so finish this room off. I can add a little towel there beside the sink, and let's add a seating area here. The bedroom can have a bed here and here with maybe a barrel and flower pot like that. Then I'm going to place some barrels up here as well, and maybe some here with a armor stand in the corners. We can place the armor stands in the corners there even though they're not full blocks, and some waders with a little fishing cap right there. Then maybe some trapdoors like that. Finally, just a lantern here and there, maybe like one right there, I think. Maybe just extend those like that, maybe. Another lantern in here, And I think with that, we're done. And there we have it, a little fishing shack or sea shanty style shack out on the water on some stilts. And I think I'm going to put a little bridge or something going out onto the land here. Maybe just coming in from this section, and then it will be all completed. So guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I do hope that you enjoyed the tutorial and that you liked the build as much as I did. I think it turned out great, and I really do think that it is an awesome little build you should build up for yourself. If you liked the video, remember, go down, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and until the next one, bye bye.